Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bush for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come a bush for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Like I said, let's move a little bit. In about some 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes drive or less, we will be in Takrade to do the next discussion. Kofi Kinaata is actually winning some love that, to me, I think we need to see where the strength lies for him, so that if there is something other musicians can learn from, then they learn from him. For the past years, he is that artist whose songs appeal to both the young and the old. Recently, I was the MC of a 50-year-old man's birthday at the Labadi Beach Hotel. Yes. Okay, going to Labadi Beach Hotel. So it was at Labadi Beach Hotel, and there were some middle-aged people there. And anytime they come forward to request a song, it will be no other person's song than Kofi Kinaata. It wasn't once, it wasn't twice. Like you go to the 50-year-old, the birthday man's mom, do you want a song? Oh, any song from Kofi Kinaata. You'll be another middle-aged man will come. Any song from Kofi Kinaata. And it hasn't been just that. I believe you and I have seen on social media where I think the MP for the Duo or so, he also was seen on TV, I think Joy TV or so, singing a Kofi Kinaata song back to back, and even promised that if Kofi Kinaata would want to marry any of his daughters, he is willing and ready to give the daughter out to Kofi Kinaata. We've also chanced on a video where ACP, is his position now ACP Kofi Boakye, right? Okay, so ACP Kofi Boakye, one of the tycoons when it comes to policing in Ghana. He's also been seen in a video with Kofi Kinaata singing his songs. Obviously, one of those parties that you say, yeah, I like this song. Bring the artist, let him sing for me. So I'm asking that everyone is singing for an audience. In fact, if you ask some artists, they will tell you, oh, me, I want to satisfy the youth. I want to satisfy the youth. Kofi Kinaata is a youth, but some magic is working for him. Anytime he releases a song, the song cuts across. The young will sing it. The aged will sing it. Everybody is singing Kofi Kinaata's songs. What is the secret? I'm sure it is a question he would want to answer himself. But I will ask my pundits that because of their experience in the game, what do they think Kofi Kinaata is doing? Then when we come back, we do the discussion here on the show. But I have a small video to show to you where Kinaata was captured with ACP Kofi Boakye in this video. And when we come back, we'll start a conversation. Watch this. I'll be right back. Alright, so back from some pieces, thanks to Facebook Jata for giving us these videos to aid our discussion here on the Summer Flex Show live on Base One TV. I'm sure now we can open up, and Kojo would start this for me. Let me start this with Kojo King as to what he thinks might be working right for Kofi Kinaata. And with this video and many more, Roland was even telling me that if you follow the pages of Kofi Kinaata, especially the people who live abroad, once again, the middle-aged people, not the youthful guys, the middle-aged people who live abroad, videos of, instead of the young guy doing challenge with his songs, in this case, he's gotten almost all the middle-aged to the older people doing challenge with his song. What is working for Kofi Kinaata? What is the secret? I'll listen to Kojo, who'll be telling me what he thinks. Kojo?
Yeah. Good morning to our viewers. Yes, Kofi Kinaata, I want to say he's somebody who writes music. Most of the people today, they don't write. Yes. They go to, they go to the studio.
I get it now.
Hear the beat.
Yeah.
And whatever.
They vibe.
Nonsense. That's not fair.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Sorry.
Thank you. I'm happy.
They put it there, you know. But if you pick pen and paper and you decide to write, that is when you have a topic that you want to write about.
Yeah.
So if I'm writing about love and I have my pen and paper, you can dig deep into your heart, into your soul, then you bring music out. Music goes beyond just putting words together. It is spiritual as well. And if you are able to, let's say it's a six string something, if you're able to strike the right senses, all the six, anyone that you are able to strike, if you strike it well, you have a good song that people can relate to. For instance, when you are writing emotional songs that can touch on the senses of people, for instance, maybe a funeral song, you know that it is part of humanity. No matter what, somebody will die. So if I pick pen and paper and I want to write a song about somebody who is dead or funeral, when I dig deep into my spirit, knowing that, okay, I need to come out with words that when people hear it, they can enter into the state of mourning. Because I want to write, and I've experienced the funeral setting before, I know the kind of words to choose. That when it hits you, you can enter into that mood. That is why I say Kofi Kinaata writes. He will sit down and decide to write. And not just writing, the kind of words that he put into it and how deep they are. So he says that Jehovah Nyamea obone whistler. Moishe just impo Ebo hat-trick. Exactly. So
we should just hear the Ebo hat-trick.
Exactly. Send your children and say, yeah, bano, yeah, bono. Coach in the name and kind of plans to whom. It will not just nibi. Me tibet. But also some made me bear muno. Me na mabo hat-trick. So on count say a kobotima, a crash board, yeah, boy. I've
done an argument on this. I don't want to bring it back again. Yes.
Oh yeah, yes. But no matter what, there is an explanation to that because yes, me say Jesse, me will bench. Now even
but do you know if we are even to speak in football wisdom, if you are not wearing a jersey, it means the team sheet. That's how they call it, right? The team sheet. You are not even on it.
No. Even they don't wear jersey on the bench. They don't. Check all the footballers. They don't wear jersey whilst on bench.
Okay.
It is error.
You wear vex.
You wear something on it, so you are not until you are about to.
So now I can reserve a
exactly into our bench.
Okay, now I can agree.
Our bench, so
yeah.
But our muno.
Yeah. Oh, that one is highly possible. Yeah. Yeah.
So as I'm not saying the Torah, you have to really think about what he's saying and make meaning. And the meaning is deep. So you fall in love not only for the delivery and the melodies, but also for the content and the word and how deep. Uzen ko bibe timi atron a track now but obesama certain point be when you are listening, you can appreciate a whole lot of things about a person. And yes, as you said, people write songs to target a certain niche. Let's say my music appeal to the youth, so that is where my focus is. So what are the kind of words that the youth want? This is what I will use in the now they assume what about maybe we? The youth likes we, so I'll sing about we. When I mention we, they will love it. When I mention money, we want money, they will love it. But somebody also sit down and says, okay, we have the youth, we have the middle age, we have the elderly. So let me cut across all these people. So the songs that I'm singing, because if you mention yes, the youth will jump on it, but under normal circumstances, just opening bonnie pana or backward dancer say but no penny now also we Jimmy.
No, but there are songs for different occasions. Yes. So someone can request for at a different occasion.
Penny.
Yes,
in a different
and then because of penny bonnie no.
No, not penny bonnie. When the person when the person is in a party mood.
Penny
yes.
60 years.
He's in a party mood.
Now the party mood you need party no more.
Yes, that is what the soul wants to listen
me
to.
person me who's penny no. Penny bonnie or take it's legal. Okay. So under normal circumstance, he does music for all these yes, demographics, both the young and the old. So a song like "Oh baby, me so if I am an 18-year-old man, I can relate to that song because it's even coming from a younger person. And if I am an older person, I can also relate to such a song.
Okay.
And Kofi Kinaata, because of this, he's always winning. Why? Because when you check the youth, the competition there is so tight. And people like Amachi Dede, people like Dad Lumba, people like those olden artists, they are not releasing anymore. So what it means is that all the people in that category, they don't have anybody to feed them.
Yes.
They don't have anybody to feed them. They only dwell on the older songs of these people. So
meanwhile, they would want to listen to
something new because
which will sit well in
their brain. Of course. So
which will make meaning to them.
Of course, I don't agree with all those people who are still vibrant and they are not releasing any song. Somebody like Nana Amachi Dede not releasing any song. No matter what, you have all the hits, but naturally people want to see a different thing from you.
Maybe they don't want to go through that stress of songs progressing again.
Yes, for whatever
they think they've had enough for
exactly, for whatever reasons. But I believe they could still give us new songs. So if I'm a fan of Nana Amachi Dede and I know all his songs and he's not giving me a new one, okay, now if a young man, and let's pay attention to a young man, he's not an old man. If a young man, especially when our little daughters, when they are doing something which seems like it is done by elderly people, take a lot of sense or wisdom to do that. You see how we appreciate them. So a young man like Kofi Kinaata, to be able to do songs that comes with that wisdom, especially now that we find ourselves in his age group, not singing anything meaningful. The elderly will hold him in high esteem. And I can say Kofi Kinaata is one of the artists enjoying life in our music space. You know what they mean? These people, with these elderly people, when they fall in love with you, the kind of gifts they give to you, you have no idea.
Yeah.
And somebody can just pick 50,000 Ghana cedis and dash you for just your song.
Yes, yes. And I've seen that almost all the great men in society, when they are celebrating their birthdays, he is one guy they go for. The birthday party we went to, MC for instance, they were insisting on getting Kofi Kinaata, but of course I knew they couldn't afford him.
Exactly.
Recently, I think I witnessed one big birthday party for some wealthy man in the northern region, and Kofi Kinaata was the only artist who was there to perform for them.
So you see how he works? He's so calm. He doesn't look for trends. He doesn't look like today this is what is going, so let me jump on it. He will be there and he knows the kind of songs to release. And whenever he releases it, it's boom, because he has the market here among the youth and also the elderly. But most of the youth are only focused on the youth.
Once again, I've seen that he has been nominated in the Songwriter of the Year. I think for the past 3 years or so.
Yes, this is the 4th year.
Yeah, okay, so for the past 3 years, he's won it.
He's won it.
Okay, so now the 4th year, and I'm just looking at his competitors at the VGMA Songwriter of the Year. I see OJ with a song called Medru. I see Famiye with a song called Praise. I see Abiana with a song called Bononi. I see Kofi Kinaata with Thy Grace Part 1. Akwabwa is here with Obia, and Diana and Hamilton is here with Eradiye. Kudo, before you wrap up, I'm asking you this as your final question. Do you see him winning again based on his songwriting skills? Do you see him winning this category again? I've heard some people who think the Praise, Thy Grace Part 1 might not be very strong like it used to, or some of his songs used to be.
Yes.
I don't know what you also think about it.
Okay. Yeah, myself, this time, I felt he really have competition this time.
Okay.
Yes, but in as much as that, he is still favorite in there. Why? Because he has won it for 3 times. He's well experienced in there. And one thing that plays a major role is when you know the terrain, when you know how to...
When the terrain also knows you.
Exactly, when the terrain knows you. You know, Celestine has come against them that her song was supposed to be there.
Okay.
And she feels that when it comes to songwriter, the board have some names in their minds already. So whenever those people release a song, they think that they are supposed to be in the category and they are losing sight of other people. You know, OJ also at a point was consecutively there. Until maybe the last 2 years he didn't release. And the moment he released, he's also in there. In as much as Kofi is my favorite, I feel this time around, Famiye and Akwabwa might worry him this time.
Okay, thank you so much. His name is Kojo King, and he is one of my favorite pundits here on the show. He doubles as a marketing executive, a broadcaster, and again, he is a journalist. I'm going on to Yao Gray because he's also a songwriter. We're going to ask his experience so far with Kofi Kinaata's kind of songs and why he seems to be getting all the love from the young and the old. Yao, let me listen to you, bro.
Yeah, I think Kofi Kinaata is such, a great artist. Great writer, listening to him, you can tell. And I think he said he comes from, his dad is a pastor, right?
Okay.
I heard it.
Yeah, it's true.
In an interview. And I can say this is, example of what it will be here. No matter how hard he's been through life or what he has faced, you can still see he still carries what he's been taught from home and
like he's home trained.
He's home trained.
Yeah.
You can anytime you meet him, you can see that side of him. And with the level of writing, I think it's a choice. It's a choice, and it's a deliberate move to actually sit down and say, okay, this is what I want to do, and really this is where I am going to hit. Anytime I listen to him, it will be hard for you to say or think, okay, he should have done it this way. He's always on point with how he writes, and I think doing that, there's no magic to it. It only comes with experience. I can tell you, as young as he is, I think he's seen enough and been through.
Is Kofi in his 30s yet?
Really can't.
Alright, so first week that I confirm for me whether he is in his early 30s or late 20s. Yes.
He's seen enough and been through enough. Because if you watch where he came from with, being a rapper from Cape Coast or Takrady or something, and coming into Accra, I saw a bit of that side.
31.
Okay. I saw a bit of that side of him, and I can tell you the struggle he went through as an underground artist looking for a way. And listening to his song, I just have that connection with him anytime I listen to him with the experience, I have. And for the oldies really feeling him, like what you said, they really want somebody to also feed them. And this boy speaks what any brain wants to listen, not just a young brain or an old brain. Any brain wants to hear something that calms them,
something refreshing, something inspirational, something motivational.
And I think he does that effortlessly, and that's really his strong side. And like my brother said, writing is also a great side when an artist really want to understand or dwell on, because when you write, you really have time to edit all the emotions and know how to put it out there. But sometimes when you're in the studio and you just have to say what's on your mind, sometimes you follow the emotions too much that you really don't know what to edit or omit. You just put everything out there. And for him, he's doing it really, really, really well. There's never been a song I've heard from him that I would say, listening to it, I think he should have gone that way or he should have done this. I respect the way he writes. And with the nominations, I think he's really going to have a competition in there, because I think all these guys are actually doing well. If you want to talk about songwriting, these guys are doing well as much as he's doing. But if you want to skip maybe, because the people in the vocal wise, a lot of these artists are much more than him.
Okay.
If you ask me. But if it comes to composition and writing and delivery,
and that is what this category
it's not about vocals.
Category stands for composition, penning, writing.
So I think yes, if they really go by that and not just forgo certain things by going by what they put on there, I think he stands a chance, but the competition is still
going to be there.
But if he wins, I don't think it will be a biased thing.
Who do you think is the biggest competitor there?
Please help me with the names again.
Akwabwa, Odi, Abiana, Famiye,
Diana
Hamilton, and himself.
I think it should be between Akwabwa and Diana Hamilton. I think Famiye is also dope.
Famiye's song is praise.
Praise, yes.
Famiye's song is praise. I like that, but I can't base Famiye's, being a winner in that category, depending on one or two songs that I have heard from him. But it's also good when it comes to those things. Kinaata has proven a lot more, if you ask me.
No, but that year and it's the song. It's the song, yes. The praise and thy grace part one, right?
Yeah, so Kofi Kinaata's song.
You know that song? Thy grace part 1.
Thy grace.
From
Kofi Kinaata.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that song? Yeah, what is that song?
No. If you guys have it, you can play that.
But I thought you familiar them. Which not to familiar them.
Oh, for the family. No, interestingly, I can also sing the familiar song, but I cannot sing the.
Exactly. The in terms of
the familiar one is the praise the Lord.
I mean, never hear you.
But the Kofi Kinaata Thy Grace, I'm still struggling.
Yes, I would say your part 1 and 2. So part 1 and 2, so confusing. I'm saying, I never heard the woman Jamia. How the woman Jamia?
That's the longest part. Alright, Scooby, you guys should solve this problem for us once and for all.
But the category,
play that song.
category definition.
What does it say?
It says, songwriter of the year is adjudged by the Academy Board as the song writer or writers responsible for the best written song with original lyrics and music composition for any released song during the year under review.
Yeah, so all the nominated people are having original
song. Yeah, and you know, Joe Metal, people were fighting for Joe Metal's Yo Buami.
Because to him they said it's not an original song.
Yeah, it was picked from biblical.
Well, so we wish Kofi Kinaata well in this category. We wish him well, but our interest is the fact that he seems to be satisfying people from different generations. And this is what we wish every artist will get. Because when it happens like that, at all times you are busy performing here and performing there. And that's what I see. Kofi Kinaata might not be that artist in your face making noise. He might not be that artist in your face looking for trends. But I know business-wise, he is good. That one I know business-wise, he is so good and so comfortable.
That's what I mean. Greetings to our viewers.
Okay.
I think Kinaata has found a market and he's feeding it. You know, there is music for the mind, that of the heart, and for the feet. And I think Kinaata has chosen to appeal to the heart and the mind, and automatically the feet is going along. Okay. That is what he is doing, because when you look at his lyrics, his composition in all the songs that he releases, and you know, he has tested that of the feet and probably did not get the response that he wants. Kofi Kinaata, who is one of our prolific rappers, I should say, yes, is now singing and is singing differently. Yes, it is. Someone can say it is almost the same lyrics that he's rapping. That's what he's singing on.
Okay.
But then the only difference is that it's the way he presents it. You know, he presented it to the feet. But at least I see the feet, we don't think with our feet. So he transferred it to the mind and the heart, which he is doing, which is what is giving him the wins. Okay. Because yes, rap comes with that gim. And when it comes to the one that you can dance with, yes, he has those kind of songs too. But the ones that is giving him wins and much glory are the ones for the heart and the mind. Okay. And when you look at our current dispensation, yes, the young, the middle age, and the elderly. The middle age and the elderly are the ones that seem to be thinking, yes,
along his line.
Exactly. In Tibia, the only magic is that he makes sure his writing skills or his lyrics appeal to your mind and your heart. Then he will use the melodies and the beats, the rhythms to win that of your feet. That's all. Because the moment your heart is able to soak the music, your mind processes it and you understand. And the melodies are good, automatically your feet moves along with it. Okay. So people will say yes. There are so many songs that yes, you can jump to it, you can just be jumping, dance to it, but then it is not a song that when we play and you sit down like this, you even love to listen on your normal or calm moment. No. But sometimes there are songs like Kinaata songs and other songs that when they play, or you hyper, or the best. Where you in a certain mood, so you will still sit down, think and soak it. Which is the kind of market that Kinaata has chosen to serve. And I don't know what for everyone shout because I being needed it is only the feet that makes the noise when it is dancing. Okay. Yes. He would enjoy so much. I follow Kinaata on Instagram and you should listen to the testimonies of even they are more than Hampo. I see them to be their home fans. But the ones abroad, come on, Obi to me a live 30-minute video or
singing Kofi Kinaata songs.
Or no explain. Or explaining, and it goes so well with their lives and things that are happening in their life that they are able to connect as if yes, wakama sama mami. I remember one lady went on live with Kinaata and was explaining the song that Kinaata wrote in a different way. And Kinaata was like, Hey, I said, you also watch all the end, what, when you are on which was very beautiful. So, yes, and with the VGMA nomination, I'm not surprised that we're winning a back to back, because, like, yes, there are some things that are common in our space, like that of love and other stuff. And yes, we know that singing about life is also a little common. But then there's something that if you're able to pick something that is happening in Grace's life, Kojo's life, my life, and your life, and we can all find this in one project, there's that possibility that the four of us will really buy into that, which is what he is always doing. Of finding idea, yes, but then most of the times it is common with everybody.
Okay.
So if you're able to find that, put that in your project, and also unya fans be great. There are so many people who can relate to it. In conform was so many fan base be thousands, millions. It is not as if they are doing something special. They are just appealing to sad DNA They are just appealing
to their key audience.
Yes. There are so many Shatawale songs, but there are some key ones there. When you listen to them, you feel say, this is where the guy is coming from, and this is where I can understand what he's saying. Yes, there will be more on my when they play. We just okay, it is a good record, it's a good has good sound, good melodies. We just party, okay, we brush it aside. But there are some that yes, no matter how hard or how far you go, you still hold on to it. It is not so surprising that you find the elderly and the middle age jamming to Kinaata's song, because yes, that market is there, and
nobody is feeding them.
And you know, recently that some of the young guys even started tapping. It looks as if say almost try through because of almost age group. Let me take the likes of Kelvin Boy and even somebody like Kofi Munko start here. I see the return of Ampedi. Look at Kelvin Boy. The moment these guys begin to touch a little bit of high life with seemingly good lyrics, they get some instant response. Be asset. You find a trigger point. That is one thing that as and I say because you want more youth in the system, and your margin is okay. When I appeal to the youth more and I get the youth on my side, that is when I'm going to get the much greater response. But there's another school of thought that also says yes, you may get all the hype, you may get all the youth behind you, but when it comes to really winning in terms of music appreciation, response, and finances, one year you may be disappointed at that side.
Okay.
That is why Shatawale, Sarkodie, Stoneboy, you see all these people, yes, they have songs for the youth, and they have that also cut across to the middle age and the elderly, so that at least all survey has seen, not survey has seen. So if you're a young writer, this is the time that I would entreat every young writer, every young musician, who up and come and say, anytime there's an award scheme, and there is that songwriter of the year category, it will not take anything away from you to pick some of your colleagues works now you are nominating. Look at what makes them so special. Yes, I know people would have their own reservations about award schemes, but then in every nonsense there is sense.
In every disgrace
there is grace.
There is grace.
Maybe another person might not be your favorite artist, but look at what the person did right, and they didn't call on because when you check all the artists in that category, these are people that Famiye's Praise has been one of his best records ever since Famiye started his music career. Yes, it is that song that has been able to appeal to all these three categories: the elderly, the middle age, and the youth. He can bring any other song of his, but it will not match that quality response now. Praise Ninyano.
Okay.
And look at OJ. OJ is not new to the songwriting category. Same as Kinaata. Diana Hamilton is not new. And these are people that especially when it comes to the writing, they make sure say they have all these people in mind.
All right. Beyond that, among the nominees for the Songwriter of the Year, who is your best pick?
I would have wished Kinaata would have sent his Digress Part 2 instead of the Part 1.
Oh, okay.
But then looking at the whole category, to me, I think this year he has strong competition from Diana Hamilton, Famille, and Oji. That's where I see the competition from.
Diana.
Yes, Diana Hamilton.
Which one?
Nyamiye. You know, I wouldn't.
It wasn't strong enough.
No.
You see that?
But you would also agree with me. This category is not for popularity.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So yes. On that note, I think he has fierce competition from these three. So should any of these three win above Kinaata, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Roland Amate. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Kojo King, for this wonderful submission. So once again, to Kofi Kinaata, from the board or from the guys sitting here on the Sammy Flex show, I'm sure this is what they would want you to do more. This is what they would want to encourage you to do, not to depart from it. I remember when you did Opere, there were some people who thought Kofi Kinaata has decided to taste the other world a little bit. But even with that, even with Opere, despite the fact that it might sound the new trends of Amapiano, listen to the lyrics very well. He did not just say anything. He was still speaking some wisdom that is good for you. Like you, one person, you cannot support Art of Folk and support Kotoko at the same time. One person cannot be this and that. Sometimes we tell lies. My father is this, my father is that. You are just one person. So that is what you should know. Well, so thanks guys.